In this lecture, we discuss metrics to measure supporting strategic functions such as brand, customer, and product service related functions. Our learning objectives are to identify strategic scenarios facing most companies, to explain metrics to measure strategic level performance, to understand metrics to measure brand, customer, and product related performance, the last three of which we'll be covering in this lecture. We start our supporting metrics by examining brand-related metrics. Here we see brand recognition and recall. Brand recognition is defined as the ability to confirm a prior exposure to a brand. For example, as we walk down the supermarket cereal aisle, we recognize the Kellogg's cereal box due to the extensive marketing done by the company. Brand recall is defined as the ability to retrieve the brand from memory. For example, when consumers face a plumbing problem, such as a clogged sink, many think of the brand Roto-Rooter, again thanks to the extensive marketing done by the company. Brand recall is especially important for services, such as plumbing repair services, because consumers do not have triggers to remember services, such as walking down an aisle of different services. In addition to recognition and recall, we have depth and breadth. Depth is defined as the ease with which a brand comes to mind. For example, many people think of General Electric or GE when thinking of home appliances. Breadth is defined as the range of usage scenarios for a brand. For example, bus operator Greyhound has a familiar brand and so has good depth. But many professionals do not use it because they don't see it as a viable option for cross-country travel, preferring instead to fly, so therefore it has low breadth. We measure the relative strength of brands using the Brand Equity Index. The index is computed by multiplying effective market share by relative price and durability. The effective market share is defined as the weighted average of the brand's market share in all segments, weighted by each segment's proportion of sales. Basically, it's a popularity score. Relative price is the price of our brand versus that of other brands. For example, one of the reasons that Apple can charge more for their PCs than those of competitor Dell is because Apple's brand is so much stronger. Durability is defined as the percentage of customers who continue to purchase the brand in the following year. Durability is therefore a lot like customer retention. Speaking of customer retention, we use that concept for calculating customer lifetime value. Customer lifetime value, or CLV, lets us know how much a customer is worth to us. It is especially important in cases where we wish to hold an ongoing relationship with a customer, such as Netflix wanting to have consumers continue to subscribe to its services. CLV is defined as the margin multiplied by the retention rate divided by the term 1 plus discount rate minus the retention rate. Margin is defined as the revenue generated by the customer less the cost it takes to service the customer. Discount rate is the cost of capital for the organization. It's similar to an interest rate on a loan. Retention rate is defined as the percentage of customers who remain loyal over time. For example, if the margin is $72 per year, the retention 99.5% per year, and the discount is 5% per year, we can calculate CLV as $72 multiplied by 0.995 divided by 1 plus 0.05 minus 0.995 for a total of $1,302.55. Therefore, that customer who makes $72 a year for us is worth $1,300 over time. Customer profit is a similar concept to CLV in that it seeks to acknowledge customer value. It's defined as customer revenue minus customer costs. Most companies seek to maximize customer profit. Some take active roles to encourage customer profit. For example, American Airlines Advantage customer loyalty programs places customers in multiple tiers depending on their customer profit. Customers who fly extremely often are placed in the top tier, which is called Executive Platinum. Executive Platinum customers are rewarded with free upgrades, free trips, and other perks to encourage them to stay with American. Even though Executive Platinum customers represent only a fraction of travelers, they generate a disproportionate amount of profit for American. Customers in the next level, such as those with Gold and Platinum status, are encouraged to move up to executive platinum status. Customers with no status are in the bottom tier. Such customers can be unprofitable to serve, so companies often add extra charges, such as baggage fees, to ensure profitability. For many companies, development of their products and services is critical to their success. Companies can measure development performance using development process metrics and development innovation metrics. Development process metrics measure a company's ability to leverage their competitive advantage in product or service development. This slide shows 4 typical categories for such metrics. Customization capabilities measure the ability to tailor products and services to customers and situations. For example, Dell and other PC manufacturers allow customers to configure PCs to their liking using online configuration tools. Customization capabilities can include modular designs, configuration systems, flexible manufacturing, and just-in-time inventory. Low-cost development capabilities measure the ability to deliver goods and services at low cost. For example, Boeing applies special methods known as Design for Manufacturing, or DFM, and Design for Assembly, or DFA, to reduce costs in aerospace manufacturing in its F-18 fighter attack jets. Besides DFM and DFA, we can take advantage of supply chain efficiencies and purchasing capabilities to lower costs. Quality-oriented development capabilities ensure that companies produce high-quality products and services. For example, Oneida Healthcare conducts ongoing training for surgical staff so they can deliver top-quality healthcare. Quality-oriented development capabilities include certifications and training, employee involvement, quality assurance, and personnel recruiting to ensure high quality. Responsiveness development capabilities ensure that companies can be attentive to customer needs. For example, social gaming company Zynga creates new software versions, called builds, every day to ensure that their customers are always playing the latest and greatest games. Responsiveness development capabilities include speed of development, attentiveness to needs, specialized training and equipment, and market feedback. Product service innovation metrics measure a company's ability to innovate. Innovation is more than just fixing mistakes and errors in products and services. Companies wanting to be considered innovative must always be developing a mix of new offerings. The mix should include breakthrough products, next generation products, major enhancements, minor enhancements, and corrections. Breakthrough products are those that change industry, as the original Apple iPhone did when it launched in 2007. Cell phones never looked the same after the introduction of the first iPhone. Next generation products are significant advancements, such as Apple move from the iPhone 3 to the much more powerful and elegant iPhone 4. Major enhancements consist of noticeable improvement, such as the introduction of the Apple iPhone 4S with its automated assistant, Siri. Minor enhancement extends products to new groups of users, such as the increase of available memory in the Apple iPhone from 8 GB to 16 GB, catering to the memory demands of people who like to bring along large number of photos and songs. Corrections, also known as bug fixes, address problems with products. For example, Apple had a problem with the antenna in its iPhone 4 product, which it fixed in later releases. We recommend dividing each development project into one of the 5 categories discussed and tracking the percentage of each type of project over time in a manner like that shown in the table. Here we see that the company starts the first quarter in quarter 1 with 5% of development resources dedicated to developing breakthrough products, 10% in next generation products, 15% in major enhancements, 40% in minor enhancements, and 30% correcting problems found by customers, for a total of 100%. In quarters 2 and beyond, the company has shifted its focus to a more strategic outlook, increasing its emphasis on breakthrough, next generation, and major enhancement projects, and decreasing its emphasis on minor enhancements and corrections. In this module, we learn terms related to basic strategic scenarios such as market entry, market approaches, and growth. We also learned the relevant metrics to apply for each of those scenarios. We covered metrics to measure our brand and customer performance, as well as development process metrics and innovation metrics.